My first property investment was a buy-to-let. It wasn't the best investment in the world, and I'll tell you the reason why. It's going to take me at least 11.25 years to get that money out.
11 years?
Yeah.
That's insane.
And that's too long, isn't it?
Yeah, way too long.
Whereas with BRR, you get it in 6 months.
Yeah.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is...
Right, guys, I'm here with Corey Rees today. He's a local property investor in South Wales, like
What's
myself.
happening, guys?
He's in from Swansea. And Corey's predominantly in BRRs, which is buy, refurbish, refinance, and then you rent the property out. So we, not big on flips, same as myself. So I'm sure we got a lot to talk about today. So tell us, how many properties you got at the minute then, BRRs?
I got to figure it again. 4, right? Yeah, 4. I got 4. And then I've got one that I just did on a buy-to-let.
Yeah, that was your first one, right?
Yeah. Not a great return on investment.
Right.
Now I look to it if you do a BRR, it's infinite returns, isn't it?
Well, yeah.
Because the property was essentially free.
Yeah.
If I do a normal buy-to-let now, I'm looking for 20% return, right?
Yeah.
Which means get money back in 5 years. Yeah. You know this, right?
Oh, I don't do anything where I don't get my money back straight away.
Well,
so
that's true.
I don't know the maths on that, but I'll trust you.
Yeah, well, I'm just trying to say, my first property investment was a buy-to-let. It wasn't the best investment in the world, and I'll tell you the reason why. First of all, that property was 155k. It was a new build. It was safe. It was a safe property. It's not going to really lose value, I don't think. It's gone up by about 20k, which is good. But because I had to put such a huge deposit in, 45 grand, right, in total, my rent is only 875. The mortgage is about 350. You've got to pay the maintenance and the management of the property.
Yeah.
By the time all that is done, and I'm only making like 300 and something quid a month. So you times that by 12, I whatever. Do you know what it is?
It's going to be between 9 and 11 grand, I think.
Maths isn't my forte.
Yeah, I love a calculator. That's the thing about school as well, isn't it? Really, because you taught you to do the additions and stuff in your head.
Yeah.
But actually, calculator, isn't it? Like we don't.
I make maybe 4 grand a year on that, right?
Shut up.
Is that right? 350 times 12 is 4 grand.
4 grand.
But, if you take, let's say I put 45 in. You've got to divide 45 then by 4 grand. It's going to take me at least 11.25 years to get that money
11
out.
years?
Yeah.
That's insane.
And that's too long, isn't it?
Yeah, way too long.
Whereas with BRR, you get it in 6 months.
Yeah. Well, I do the commercial to residential properties, right?
Right.
So I always get money. I refinance all my money back out plus more. I never leave money in a deal. So there's no waiting to get my money back out. It's already out as soon as I refinance. Then I start renting it. And because I do like big properties, as you know, we're talking like big HMOs, 9, 10, 11 bed plus. And then we've got the big service accommodation units and that sort of stuff. So we're instantly making good cash flow as well on those.
You say you don't have to wait 6 months. I don't understand that. Can you explain that to me? Because I thought you had to wait 6 months for the value to go up.
No, so I know what you're talking about. So you can't refinance for 6 months because you're straight onto a buy-to-let mortgage, right?
Right.
So when you're on a buy-to-let mortgage, you have to wait 6 months of owning the property before you can even consider refinancing.
No. So for example, the first one I bought, the cottage, I bought that with cash, right? Yeah. And I thought I had to wait 6 months to remortgage that. I don't, do I?
No, not at all. Especially if you bought it cash. You can refinance whenever you want.
See, there's a misconception going around then that you have to wait 6 months in order for the valuer to come out and give it the new valuation because enough time has passed.
No, I think
I've been told that if you don't wait 6 months, they won't even look at it. They'll just go, well, you paid this for it. That's what it's worth. Is that wrong?
It's not wrong, but it's not wrong in the sense of you could get a lender that is like that says, no, you've just bought this. However, if you've got a good broker, they will find you a lender that will do that straight away. There's no questions about it. And the reason the 6 month thing comes up is because everybody's taught with the buy-to-let mortgages, you do have to wait 6 months before you can refinance.
So are you talking about if I buy a property on a buy-to-let and then I want to apply for further advance or a different buy-to-let
Yeah,
mortgage?
if say you buy it on a buy-to-let mortgage and then you refurbish it and it takes like a month, it's a quick refurb.
Yeah.
You can't refinance that straight away.
You've got to wait 6 months.
You've got to wait 6 months on a buy-to-let mortgage. So if you're on a
But
bridge...
that's a bad idea anyway, isn't it? Because you've got to pay the repayment fees if you do that, right?
Only if you've got big repayment fees. So I pick facilities in the first place, which have low exit fees and all that stuff. Do you know what I mean? And obviously, it's a different ball game because always got money coming out. So even if I have to pay an exit fee, I'm still going to make money.
Right.
So I don't really care.
You
like,
just
do you know what I mean?
factor that into your calculation.
Yeah, exactly. But for the most part, my broker knows exactly what I want. So he knows I don't want big exit fees. I'd rather pay more percentage while I've got the facility at the beginning. I'll pay a bigger interest percentage, but I can get off it cheaper. So like he knows what I want and how I want it. Do you know what I mean? But it's probably a good thing. We should probably talk about the different types of finances available.
Yeah.
Because but buy-to-let mortgages are good, but the property has to be lettable as is.
Yeah.
So if you've got a light refurb to do, is patterned carpets, the kitchen's old but it's reusable, then you can go on a buy-to-let mortgage. If the property's uninhabitable or if the property's even just covered in mold or anything like that, they won't lend on it on a buy-to-let mortgage. So it's not even an option.
Like the one we went to go see in Britain Ferry, right?
Yeah, it was a long time ago, that was.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, exactly that. A buy-to-let mortgage wouldn't lend on that straight off the bat. Or they might actually, because the kitchen was fine, wasn't it? It was just that one bedroom at the back. So they probably would on that one because you can fix that. Because it's just the one room. All you have to do is...
cash only anyway, I remember, because I told them I was going to pay it with cash and then they flipped when I told them it was a bridge.
Ah, really?
Yeah, they were like being really funny about it.
Yeah, so that does happen as well. Like, but we're told bridges are cash, right?
Exactly, yeah.
So just roll with it.
Yeah.
If you're annoyed.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Because they called me up and they were like, we've just had a valuer come out here
Yeah.
saying they're going to, do a bridge, and
Yeah.
you told us you were buying it with cash. Well, I said, yeah, cash that I've got from the bridge. That's true though,
Very
right?
basic answer.
Yeah, I mean, normally, the first time I did it, I did use all my own cash, and it was so much easier.
It's quicker, yeah, for sure.
And then
you've got all your money tied. How much did you put? You put 45 in, didn't you?
No. The first one I ever bought was 67.
Oh, right, okay. Oh, and you paid 67 total.
Yeah. Put it in.
That's obviously the 12 grand training we keep talking about.
Yeah.
Well worth it, because now I know that I wouldn't put that amount into one property. I'd split that over 2 properties.
Yeah, I mean,
If you use a bridge or a mortgage or whatever, you can put the 25% down. That could have covered 2 deposits rather than just one.
yeah,
So,
you'll be growing faster.
growing
because
faster,
I had
exactly.
to wait. Because I remember waiting for that money to come out.
Exactly.
And my next property,
You have to wait until you get
they
it
were
back
like,
out.
they were like, "Where's the money?" And I'm like, "Oh, wait, it's coming out with the next one."
Yeah, that's a chain then, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a chain.
And then you become a chain, and that makes you a less viable investor in terms of, like, at the moment we can go to people and say, look, we're a cash buyer, we can move fast, go. Like, do you mean? If you say, oh, I'm part of a chain, you're now not the best offer. So if somebody else comes in cash lower,
is it considered a chain because I'm not selling the property, I'm refinancing it. Is that still a chain?
yeah, really, because you've still got to go through that process. It's still a 3-month wait, isn't it, for the most part, for a refinance.
Yeah, it can be a long time actually.
Yeah, it's the same as getting a normal mortgage. It's on average 3 months because they've still got to do the same conveyancing sort of stuff, haven't they?
So what you're saying is, rather than using your own money, like so we'll use the example of the cottage. So that's 67 I had. Rather than putting it all in the cottage,
Yeah.
I could have put half of it in the cottage and got a bridge, put half of it in another one and got a bridge.
Yeah.
And then same amount of time, but I've got twice the amount of properties.
Exactly, and twice the cash flow.
That's what I'm doing now.
Yes.
So this time now, I bought one. The one I'm refurbing up in Calais.
Yeah.
And now I'm doing another one now, 2 bridges, and then I was going to do a third one.
You can, yeah. Doesn't matter how many.
But do you remember me telling you about that one when I was ringing up when we was on the way to the event?
Yeah.
They rang me the day.
Did you get it?
Well, they said, yeah, congratulations, you've won the property.
Right.
And I said, oh, great. And I was about to
Great.
jump. Yeah.
So excited.
Yeah.
Great, cheers.
I was nervous, really, because it was 10 grand over what I wanted to pay.
Oh, yeah.
And remember, I tried to do
With
it
that
where the guy was going to
Yes.
do the refurb, and we didn't know what. I was like, oh my God, this is going to be messy, innit? Prepare for messiness in a life of mine, which is already really all over the fucking shop, right? So we're adding more chaos, right? And I'm like, oh my God. So I'm like, look, I'm going to go in and speak to my accountant. Send me over the link to pay it.
Yeah.
And I'll get it paid, yeah? And I filmed it as well, was the best bit, because I put it on an Instagram video.
Right.
So I know, the conversation, you can listen to it now, like, it's just my name, so blah, 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 like, you want the property. And then when I'm sitting down with my accountant, I'm like, I won this house, look at this house. He's like, oh, it's a really good house here, you can make loads of money on that. And they call me up again, and they're like, oh, we called you earlier just to say you won a house. Sorry, but the other buyer called up, and he paid the reservation fee before you. And I was like, what the fuck? You told me I won it, and I had till 3 o'clock to pay. I'm waiting for an invoice.
Yeah.
So I put the phone down because it was my accountant, and then I told my mate, he's like, complain. So I rang up again, and I was like, well, what's this all about then? Because like, you told me I won it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, sorry, she made a mistake. She was supposed to ring the other person, but you'd never won that property. The other person had won it, and they were always meant to get it. Now that kind of pissed me off a bit. And I asked my mate, I was like, well, what if I paid that reservation fee over the phone then? Because they asked me to pay it now.
Yeah.
I only got in at 4 o'clock, didn't I?
Yeah.
Fucking knackered. They didn't pay it. And they were like, if you'd have paid that reservation fee, you would have had the property. So, do you know what? I think everything happens for a reason. And we were saying when that property, I don't think it was ever meant to be mine. But I did think from that, I'm like, I actually need to be a bit more on the ball and act quicker.
Yeah, definitely.
Because I should have paid that there and then. There's no reason why I should have paid it.
If you had it in the bank, you should have just paid it.
Yeah, of course I had it bank. It's only $7,000, you know. Like, I got $7,000 to deploy at all times. Like, if I don't have $7,000 to deploy, I'm
I love that.
Yeah, well, I'm going to be in trouble. But yeah, going back to what we were saying, I've got 2 on the go at the minute. Yeah. And I'm kind of glad I didn't get the 3rd one. Although I am now looking for the 3rd one. And we'll go into that. But yeah, you're right in what you're saying. You could triple the amount of properties you've got going through at once by using bridges and finance.
Yeah. And the other thing you got to remember is like I was just thinking then as you were speaking about all of that. Do you remember that phone call you had with the potential investor with you on that in my house?
Oh yeah, Ross.
Yeah. So I was just thinking we should talk about that whole setup as well, because like what he was asking for at first to me seemed like too much for what he was putting in. And I said that to you. And then as the conversation went on between you two on speaker, I was thinking, well, actually, if this guy's helped you get properties before in terms of like giving you backhanded deals and stuff, do you know what I mean? And helped you with like funding them and things like that, then actually what he's asking for is probably not too much because he's helped you so much. So it's like, you're helping him out, granted, massively, because he's going to get way more profit than he should get for that deal. But at the same time, if he's been a big help to you overall, then you should look after those people. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. But I think the thing that stressed me out about that was that it was so last minute.
Yeah.
And I know that... What?
That does happen.
Yeah. I know that it's very important to get everything clear.
Yes.
So that everybody understands and we're all on the same page.
Yeah.
Like, because someone could go there and say, oh, well, even in the conversation, he was like, oh, you misunderstood what I said. And I remember I was like, well, I said we go 50-50, but he thought that I said something else. It's like, it was too quick.
Yeah.
It was too rushed. And the only reason I kept going through it over and over again was just to make sure everyone's on the same page. Yeah. And you were in the shower like half the time, you know what I mean? Like, I was stressed, didn't know what the fuck was going on. Like, sometimes it's better to have everything written down.
I know you wanted my help on that, but it's very hard for me to know all the ins and outs because I didn't know that guy had helped you previously, so I thought he was asking too much. And then when I heard the later bit of the conversation, I was like, oh, actually, if he's helped you, help him out. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it changes things. You need to know everything, and I just didn't know everything. Plus, I was in the shower.
But like I said, moving on from that, that wasn't meant to be. And then when I was speaking to you
in the van,
I was thinking then because, I was telling you about how I'm doing all these BRRs, I'm getting my money out, but my profit is shit. I'm making £300 a fucking month. Yeah. So this is because you do buy-to-lets, right? Yeah. So I said to you there and then, like, why aren't you doing service accommodations or HMOs? And you said because they're not in the right areas. I'm like, well, stop buying the properties you're buying then. Do you know what I mean? Like, buy properties that are in a good SA area or, like, in a good HMO area or whatever it may be. Do you know what I mean?
Like
Well,
when
now
we,
I'm looking at, like you said, I'm looking at 3 bedrooms with 2 reception rooms.
yeah, small HMO.
Yeah, because it's not, you don't have to get the,
HMO license.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I know HMO works anywhere because at one point I had my bungalow, I was living there, and then I just rented out 2 of the rooms to people on Gumtree.
Yeah, I've done
And they
that.
went like that.
Yeah.
Like, it's a girl from Scotland came up
Yeah.
and lived in it for a bit.
Yeah, I did the same thing. I had a locum doctor living with us.
Yeah.
Like, and he was lovely. We're still friends today. And now he's ringing me about property investing. He wants to get his own BRR in Port Talbot, which is where the house was that we used to live together in.
I got a viewing in Port Talbot on Friday, actually. I'm meeting with Vicky as
My
well.
first ever property was in Port Talbot. So I got
Port Talbot's up and coming, I think, isn't it? Because of all the stuff they're building there.
Yeah, well, not just that. The steelworks is closing down, isn't it?
Is that a good thing, though?
Well, I don't know if it's a good thing for employment in the area, but once that's gone, the eyesore is gone. Right? So Port Talbot's got a lovely beachfront. They've invested loads of money down there. Gorgeous good restaurants on the seafront, parks, crazy golf. They've got everything. It's like, it could be so much better. So close to Swansea. People will stay there because it's slightly cheaper to go and visit people in Swansea, you know?
Well, you know, the fair is in talks about going from Porthcawl.
That's going.
Yeah,
It's already agreed.
Well, they're talking about bringing it and putting it in Port Talbot. Did you know that?
No, I did not know that. I didn't know where they were moving it to. But actually, that would be great, really.
Well, I mean, you got to put it somewhere. That fair is class. I wanted to live in Porthcawl.
I don't know whether it's killed a few people like over the years.
I like it. I like what's the Miami thing? It goes up and down, and then you've got the
big swingy thing.
It was on Gavin Stacey, that as well, wasn't it?
Was it?
Yeah, they did an episode in Porthcawl.
Well, I'm buying a property in Porthcawl right now.
You are, yeah.
Yeah.
So
that's but that's an essay again. So like, somebody bought me that, as you know, the 2 boys. Shout them out, Travis and
Ruben.
Ruben, that's it.
Where are you, boys?
Yeah.
I've been trying to find them. I reckon they'd be good boots on the ground, you know.
Oh, they're great. They're great. So they're back in the game now. I think a little bit. I spoke to them lately. They're going to start looking for properties for me again, which is good.
Fuck on, I want to look for properties for me.
But like, obviously, I've got a specific criteria, right? I don't want a buy to let.
Yeah.
I don't even want them. So like, whatever you ask them for, I would be wanting different things anyway, so they could find both of us properties.
Yeah.
Unless you're switching strategy now, we've had this chat. But
well, yeah, no, that's why I'm glad it didn't work out the property, because I am going to switch strategy.
Yeah.
But I think I'm going to start looking in Connechy as well.
Connechy.
Because they're building stuff down there, you know. I can't. Don't ask me if I can repeat. Spitting all over the mic. Like. They're building stuff down there.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's not a bad area, and
for,
it's quite cheap there at the minute.
It's really cheap.
Yeah.
I was looking at a 3-bed there the other, like 2 days ago or something, like 80k.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's sort of like the Port Talbot of the other side of Swansea.
And then I was watching, what's his name? Gil, yeah. Gil bought a house. I won't say where it is because I asked him and he wouldn't tell me. Because you know the one he did with Samuel Lees when he came down. Samuel Lees, he did all of our houses. Wasn't it? Yeah. And he was like, "Oh, I'm essaying this out and it's making $3,000 a man." Like, where? I said, "Gil, where's that?" "Oh, I'm not." He's like, I'm not telling you. I'm like, "Gil, it's going to take me like 5 minutes to find this house." You know? I went on the video and I can see like Samuel Lees had got the phone with maps on it and it said the street on there. I was like, so I found the house. And I was like, oh, man, I'm going to do that then instead. Yeah. Why am I doing this stupid buy-to-let?
Well, that's it. Like, I've got a mixture of massive HMOs on the refurb. But that's the other thing. So, like, right at this moment in time, my portfolio across the board is in the refurb stage. But we've got about 5 bridges on the go now. But they're all different lenders.
Yeah.
Well, you say it's costing me a lot. It's all rolled up to the back.
Oh, right.
So I don't pay the interest monthly. Yeah, I don't pay it till the refinance point.
Yeah, I don't know if mine's like that as well. Must be.
Well,
my mortgage broker would.
You've got to sort it out with your broker, man. Like my broker knows what I want.
Yeah.
So I've got low exit fees, rolled up interest to the back end. Do you know what I mean? And like, if we come off the bridge quicker, we're not paying all the interest anyway. So it's a good thing. Like, do you know what I mean? The quicker we refurb, the quicker we're off the bridge.
But is it? And just to reiterate. Just to reiterate now. If you were to come off the bridge in 3 months, it wouldn't make a difference to the end value of it, if you came off in 6.
No, it wouldn't make a difference to the end. The end value is to do with the value. It's nothing to do with the bridge. But what it means is you're only paying 3 months interest, not 12 months or whatever the bridge was initially for. However, if you come off it in 3 months, you've got another 3 months while the refinance goes through. So it's going to be 6 months-ish minimum.
Really?
Do you know what I mean? But
I've never done a bridge before, so I've got it all to come, you know. I'm doing like...
Have you got any questions on bridging? Because I'm happy to...
Have I got any questions?
I feel like a pro at bridging now. I've done so many bloody
You're a
bridges.
professional bridger.
Yeah. We've just refinanced off of the first one we did, actually.
All right.
But we've bought everything this year, so everything's on the bridge.
How many did you buy at once?
Not at once, was it? So I did the bungalow, which is now finished and refinanced.
Yeah.
We've got, that was the first bridge we did. Then I got the pub, but the pub was on a not a buy-to-let, it was on a delayed completion, which means we didn't buy it till like October this year. So in the meantime, so between the bungalow and the others, I bought 2 at auction. I bought, so it's just the 2 at auction. Then it was the pub completing. We've got another 1, 2, 3 going through at the minute.
Have you got multiple projects going on at once, i.e. different build teams in different properties?
Yes, but not, I've got 2 different build teams spread across a couple of properties each.
So how many refurbs are you doing at one time?
5 or 6.
Wow.
Yeah. So like what it is, so like say we completed on the auction properties, for instance. One of them's in planning, so that's not even begun yet. We've done, but we're going to get the rip out done now because they're done with the rip out in this other one. Do you know what I mean? Whereas the other one, they've done the rip out there, so they now go over here and do the rip out here. And then by the time we get planning through on that, which should be they've got till the 27th of December on that one. We're doubling the stories. So again, that was just a standard buy-to-let, actually, but good rents. So what we're doing with
We'll go back. What are you talking about? So what's a standard buy-to-let?
Standard well, it's still a BRR, but it's still a buy-to-let on the back end. We're not SA in it.
Why?
We're not HMO in it, because we know someone who wants it for rent, and
So
they're paying.
sell it. Oh,
good
you're rent. Like.
Yeah, we definitely rent.
Where is it? What property is this?
Penavy. It's another. We've
Where?
got 3 bungalows in the same village.
Where are they?
Where you know where my house is?
Yeah.
That's Penavy.
Oh, Bridgend. Yeah.
It's all Bridgend. For the most part, it's all Bridgend. Even Porthcawl property, that's Bridgend Borough.
Yeah.
Still in Bridgend, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then we've got we're buying one at the minute, which is in Pembrokeshire. In fact, I need to.
But
ring
your
them
one
up.
works as an SA, so why wouldn't this bungalow work as an SA?
It probably would, but we know
you got the high rent. Yeah.
we got the high rent. We know somebody wants it. We trust them. Do you know what I mean? We're gonna let them have it
Why do they want to pay more rent?
because it's the banging location. It's it's an affluent area of Bridgend. People want to live there. Like, do you
How
mean
do you
they're
know
willing
this
to?
person then?
Family friend.
Family friend, right?
Yeah, as long as they're not family, you're fine. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
As long as it's not actually family and there's a proper... so we're not even on ASTs anymore. We keep referring to it as ASTs because that's what everyone understands,
What
right?
is it? Short tenancy?
A short hold tenancy. But they've got those in England. We abolished those in Wales. So we're actually on... I want to say...
we're not on AST, are we?
occupational license agreements or something like that.
Yeah, it's even worse though, I think, isn't it?
Well, it gives... Basically, we have to give tenants 6 months' notice
Oh
to
my
evict
God.
them.
Yeah.
In Wales.
But they don't
it's
have
3.
to pay for like 2 months before you can even issue them with something.
Exactly.
And check this out.
There is a way around that to a degree, though. So if you want to sell the property...
Yeah.
then you can evict them on the basis that you're going to sell the property at the end.
Yeah, but you still got to wait 6 months.
You still got to wait the 6 months, but
And
it's
they don't have to pay
a,
in that 6 months.
No, they've got to pay. They have got to pay.
Yeah, do you know what
You can
they're-
take them to court after, like if they don't.
Do you know if they go to citizen advice, you know what they recommend they do?
What?
Or just pay a tenner. And
Oh
then,
yeah, and then it's a
pay a
contribution.
tenner and it resets.
Don't tell
the
people
clock.
that on here.
No, one of my tenants is doing it. They're not. They do pay it, but I shit
Always
myself
late,
because they
is
pay
it?
it all over the place.
Ah,
Yeah,
that's
it's mental.
annoying.
I'm like, what the fuck?
Have you not
If
got
I-
management in there, so that you
Yeah,
don't have to
but
deal with
fuck,
that?
They can't do anything.
Yeah, no, I know, but at least they can work it out and get it through, and like it's not your problem then, is it?
Well, it is my problem because I got to pay the mortgage.
Yeah.
You know, they're going to take their management fee no matter what.
Yeah. Once they fully get the money, though.
But I think they'd take the fee anyway, wouldn't they?
Well, what can they take it out of if they haven't been paid?
Okay.
See what I mean?
Yeah.
They can only
Yeah,
take it
that's
once
true.
they've been paid, right?
Yeah, not the case of the mortgage, though. They're going to take it out no matter
They'll
what.
go,
right?
yeah.
They want their fucking money.
That's happening. So we got multiple. We do multiples. The other thing with the multiple projects, I think I've said this on another podcast, but say we need to pay an investor back. We'll get on to investor finance in a minute.
That's it. I can start putting my thinking cap
Yeah.
on. Start pondering.
Yeah, clock on.
You don't pay anything.
No, but when we get to the point where we need to pay an investor back, say that project hasn't completely finished and another one has, we can use the funds from this one to pay them back. So when we've never been late paying an investor back yet. And I
When
say,
you say you can use the funds from another one to pay the investor back,
Yeah.
what do you mean? Because you got multiple on the go.
Yeah.
You can't choose when they finish, can you? They're going to finish when they finish.
Yeah, but we've got timelines and schedule of works and everything, so we know roughly when each project's going to finish. The only thing that would delay a project is bloody planning. So now
Does it not stress you out having multiple on at the same time? Because this was worrying me. If I got a build team in my bungalow and I buy this other one, and then I got to deploy the build team in there, and then I buy another one. I got 3 on the go. That's going to be really hard.
This is where you start expanding. So if you plan to grow like I did, like having multiple at the same time, you need more than one build team.
Right.
Ideally, you need project managers.
Yeah.
Ideally, like you don't have to, but
you project manage all your own.
No.
Oh, you don't, do you?
No. I finance them. I raise the funds. I do the marketing. I do all the paperwork.
You pay for the project manager. Then,
No, my brother's on with me now
right,
full time.
yeah.
That's what I mean. Like, so this is how Andrew Tate came up yesterday, because I believe in what he says for the most part. Like, I want to build a family empire. We literally have a group chat called The Empire. And so my brother manages all the sites.
Yeah.
So as soon as I do all the designing though, so I'm the interior designer as well, essentially, because I just think I'm good at that. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I pick all of the finish. I do all the finishing spec with my PA. So we go through, we do all the finishing spec for each project.
Do you have a PA in Thailand and shit? Is that what you...
He's in the Philippines, yeah.
Yeah.
But he is, I don't know how I made it this far without him. I love him. He does all my video editing as well.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, honestly, mate, he's the best thing to ever happen to me.
Yeah, you find some good people.
Yeah, you do. But I had to go through an interview process, which I was nervous about. Like, I've never interviewed people. And I had these 3 interviews with 3 different candidates from a company that, you know, do the selection process, I guess, based on what you want. I'll shout them out, actually. Freedom Geeks. So Freedom Geeks, I paid them about 650
Freedom
quid. Something
Geeks.
Freedom Geeks.
Oh, geeks.
Geeks. Yeah, so I paid them about
I like
650.
better.
And they literally went away. About a week later, I had 3 interviews. So they went away based on what I said I wanted. Gave me 3 interviews. And then I knew from... They give you, like, their profiles. So, like, I read through the profiles the night before the interviews.
Right.
And I kind of knew before I'd even got there. Which one.
Really?
Yeah, because he used all the same software I use. He had, like, you know, everything he did fitted me. So, like, it just, yeah.
So you'd almost made your mind up before even speaking to the people.
Yes,
That's
but then
interesting,
obviously,
isn't it?
but then by the time you get to the interviews, like, one of them did sort of change my mind a little bit during the interview. But at the same time, there was just a few bits, and I was like, oh, it's not worth a few bits being off.
Yeah.
When this other guy's like, he's got everything, like, do you mean? So that was really easy for me, but the interviews was scary.
Yeah.
I just tried to talk to him normally and just try to be, you know, me. If they're going to work with me, they're going to find out anyway, right?
Exactly, yeah, that's the
Welcome
best.
to the madhouse.
Welcome to the empire.
Join the chaos, please.
Yeah.
Organise the chaos for me. No, I think I'm quite chaotic, but that's because I do a lot, and that's when I started outsourcing. So, like, getting the project managers. I didn't have project managers at first. I did all the bungalow that you've seen, the one that Samuel came to and everything. I was knocking walls down there in that house myself with sledgehammer, and like I was really involved in that refurb.
Yeah, I remember seeing a picture of it.
Yeah. It was hard as hell. I was like,
It's interesting as well, you say about chaos and stuff, because when I did my ACPC and I sat down with Samuel...
ACPP!
ACPC?
ACPC.
When I did it, he was like, oh, you need... Because you create a lot of chaos.
Me?
No, me. He's like, you need somebody... Because he's got Russell.
Yes.
He's this guy who just runs around and...
Exactly that.
And then Russell cleans it up. And he was saying, yeah, he does, doesn't he? He does the
Did
back
Samuel
end
say
stuff.
that Russell cleans it up?
He does, doesn't he?
I
I think
know.
if you
That's
ask
your
Samuel now,
assumption.
he'd say that. But you're the same way. You make a big mess. But I wasn't sure in the beginning. Like,
What do you mean I make a big mess?
well, you just said yourself, didn't you?
No, I'm chaotic, but that's because I'm
And
go
you need
all the
somebody
time. Do
you
you know
need
what I mean?
somebody to...
My brother's slower than me. The way
You
he
just said so you need somebody to manage the chaos, didn't you?
he organised the chaos. So
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
paperwork and that.
So we was talking about, well, who the hell is my Russell? Who can I?
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, what about Narelle? And he was like, no,
No.
not Narelle. She's the total opposite. She's like you.
Yeah.
If you and Narelle got together, it'd be even more chaos. It would be a
It would.
nightmare.
My brother is my Russell.
Yeah.
Like he is, because he wants to talk through everything and like
I don't want to
everything.
talk through stuff.
I just want to make decisions.
Yeah, I wanna make a
But that's a
decision.
good thing. Like I do
Yeah,
think
it's
it
a good
complements.
thing. It is a good thing,
Yeah.
but it needs the other. It's the
You
yin
need
and
the other
yang.
party.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need the yin to your yang.
You're gonna fuck up
Exactly.
if you say yes to everything. Somewhere along the line is gonna be a big problem.
But this is
or
the thing though.
challenge.
So like, even though he does make me slow down and stuff, he can't do the stuff I do. He doesn't know the stuff I know. Do you know what I mean? He didn't do the 12 grand training. He doesn't know the stuff I
didn't
know.
pay
He only
the
knows what
12
I've taught
grand.
him so far.
Yeah.
So far. So when it comes to picking a property, that's technically all me. He brings properties to me though, and he can do the finance, he can do the calculations on them and stuff. But it's the bits that I know that he doesn't know when it comes. So he'll bring a property to me. He'll have done the GDV and stuff like that, which is he's like fine. But then I'll be like, all right, what's the bridging cost on that? Do you know what I mean? Like, what's the extra costs that haven't been factored in here? And then I'll have to work out of the architects and like I'm trying to work out who found the Cardiff property. I think I did, but it was like a potluck find. And then we were both like, oh my God, like we want this property. So then I had to go away and do the work to find out, can we do it? Is the conversion possible? Will planning be on our side? What's the chances? Yada, yada, yada. So so then that's where I kick into gear, like.
Yeah,
and I can get people to rally quite quick. I've got a banging architect who just jumped on that for me, like, and he was like, right, it's in the flood risk area, conservation, blah blah blah, and he was like, this is how we can get around that with planning, and he was so good. I loved him.
Have you done all the planning training on the academy and all that?
They didn't have the development course when I did the academy, like when I did my training and that.
Have you done it now?
Well, I crewed the event.
Yeah.
But just as Russell was about to come on and talk about commercial conversions, which is what I do, I had to go out and do all the certificates and stuff. So I was out of the room. So I left my phone face down recording. Yeah. So I've got like these hour-long videos of Russell just talking in the background. When I left the room. I'll do the online training now anyway.
It's on, the training is on the academy.
I feel like I've learned doing it though, man. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm already in. It's too late for me. I've already done it.
I only got 1 month left, so now I'm rushing to finish the stuff that I am done because they take away the academy only stuff and all the development stuff is on there. So I'm.
Well, you just rejoin the academy.
Nah, I'm not rejoining.
What?
Nah, I paid my.
Have you talked about it now? Have you thought about it, like, and you've decided?
Oh yeah, I was never going to rejoin because I remember at the beginning when I sat down with them and I just paid my 12 grand, and for me, like, that's the most amount of money I've ever paid for any education or anything, and probably ever will. You never know. I know for a fact there's higher things out there. Like, there's always going to be, there's no ceiling to this sort of stuff.
Yeah. It's all about learning.
Huh?
You can continually learn and develop and grow.
Yeah. And I'm like, they're like, yeah, so, academy membership and everything, and it'll renew next year or something. They just, like, skimmed over it. And I was like, what? They're like, yeah. So, next year you renew and everything. I was like, what do you mean? Like, oh, yeah, it renews every year. Like, this is renews every year. I thought this was a lifetime thing.
How did you think it was a lifetime thing, though? Because it's very clear that it's 12 months.
Where?
Every time he talks about the academy.
He says 12 months.
Every time.
Well,
unless you're on your phone. I bet you're fucking there checking your views.
Yeah, I was checking the reels. And I went, hang on a minute now. I said, so what you're telling me is I paid 12 grand, but how much do I have to pay? Oh, it's only 2 grand a month. I'm like, it's only 2 grand. Yeah, only 2 grand a year. I'm like, take that off auto renewal now. I nearly fucking flipped the table. Because I was like, because it was, as I said that, is it automatic? And they said, yeah. Apparently it's not.
It's not. It's definitely not.
Apparently it's not. But he told me it was automatic. I flipped on him. I said, turn it off now. There's no way I'm paying another 2 grand every year. I said, that's bullshit.
See, I get so much value out of the academy. I'm staying forever.
Yeah, you will. Yeah,
I ain't going anywhere.
You will. You love it.
But even just the events, the network, the community. Most of my investors are from that academy, man. Like I literally went to and not worst part, but like. I say 80% of my investors are off the academy, right? I've never met them in person. They'll contact me because they know me from doing whatever, and then they'll invest. A woman came up to me at the dinner last week, and she said, "I just wanted to let you know I'm the one who just gave you 65k." And I was like,
"No way!"
Shit. I was like,
no
nice
way,
to meet
that's
you.
crazy.
Yeah, because I don't know their faces to say. I do now a bit, like as time goes on, but. Yeah, it's mental.
If I was getting somebody giving me 65k from the academy, it'd be different. But I
get that a lot.
You get it a lot, but it's the whole 80-20 thing about how 80% of the results are generated by 20% of the people, right? And you're in that top 20, but the majority of people on the academy, they're not doing that well. Do you know what I mean? They're not.
Well, I suppose, yeah. I know what you'd say. You mean 20% are like succeeding, and then like 80% are like
80% are just hovering above the surface.
Yeah.
They're just
having a go.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know if that's a reflection on the training or whether it's a reflection on who they are as a person.
I think it's them. I think everybody's different, right? Me and you are like really in your face and blah blah blah, and we're like go getters, if you will. Not everyone's built like that. Like, not everyone's built like that. They'll be more nervous about trying to raise finance. They'll be more nervous about making calls to landlords. They'll be more, like, so there's loads
Yeah,
of
for
variants.
me and you, we can't
We
even
don't give a
comprehend
crap.
getting nervous
Do you know what I
about
mean?
ringing up a fucking
What is
estate
nerves?
agent. They're worrying about what to say to an estate agent. And I'm like,
Yes.
well, an estate agent is effectively you,
Yeah.
who's working a 9 to 5.
Yeah, yeah.
But you're at least you got the potential to make a lot more money, and
Yeah.
you know more than them 9 times
Yeah.
out of 10 because they don't understand all these strategies because
Exactly.
they think it's a scam.
Yep.
And they stay away from. And what would you say to people who say it's a scam?
Say what's a scam?
You know, the academy.
Oh, you know what I'm going to say. Like, my life was completely flipped around since I've joined the academy, innit?
But
I've been
that's-
raising finance since the first day I
But
got
what about
there.
then somebody who, this is the thing, isn't it? But what about somebody who goes on it and doesn't make a penny? Because they are out there.
Well, of course, yeah, but oh, God. So, like, people always say to me, oh, you've grown really quick and blah, blah. I work like a goddamn dog.
Yeah,
like, I
yeah,
work
I see
all the
where you
hours.
work. It's
I work
crazy.
all hours, man. Like, I got a kid and that, and I factor in my kids' clubs and stuff so that I'm still a present mum. I don't want to not be there for my kids. So, I work all day while she's in school. I'll take her to her clubs and that. When she's asleep, I'm back working again till whatever clock. So I think that people who aren't succeeding, aren't taking the action, aren't putting the man hours in. When I ring someone who's a friend of mine, don't get me wrong, on the academy, and they're like, oh yeah, I'm out for dinner, or oh, yeah, I'm like with my boyfriend or whatever. I'm like, well, you're not working. Like, why are you not working? Like,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean? Like, I don't care if they don't want to do that. That's fine.
Well,
do you know what I
yeah,
mean?
some people
Like,
just go there for the fucking curry, I think.
Yeah.
You know, the curry once a month. It's fucking weird.
But that's just what I mean. Like people are different. People want different things. Even me and my brother. So we've had this conversation. We're 50-50 on the businesses, right? And he asked me once, he said, do you regret bringing me on do you regret bringing me on? And I said, no, not at all, because you're like you're the other person to bounce ideas off. If I
Yeah.
fail, you fail. Like, we do everything as a team.
Yeah.
So like, no, I don't regret it at all. But what I do regret is saying 50-50 on everything going forward, because I want to do podcasts and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He doesn't care about that crap. Do you know? And he's got like a limit. Like, he'd be happy with 20 grand income a month, give or take. I don't want to stop. I want a freaking empire. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I want to keep growing. I want to be doing developments. I want to be buying land and building. And like, I don't want to stop. There's no limit to where I want to go. Do you know what I mean? And I'm prepared to work for that. And I want to instill that in my daughter. So like, we're different people and we want different things.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what it's like on the academy.
I don't understand it because, like, when I paid 12 grand, like, I think people don't realize, like, it's the same for me to pay 12 grand as them. And they make out like, oh, you've been scammed and everything. But it's like, well, no, I use that as leverage. So I use that. I'm like, well, I've got to make sure I get the most out of this, because
Yeah.
I got to get my 12 grand
Yeah,
back.
you've got to get your 12 grand back. Exactly.
Yeah, like that for me is a bigger motivator than just going, well, I'm going to learn how to invest in property on YouTube.
That's incentive.
Which is free because I've got no skin in the game.
Yeah.
So
And that's
what I
Samuel
don't
says.
understand, but some people are still not going to all the Monday night masterminds. They've been, fucking.
I'm rubbish. But I'm always busy. I'm actually working.
Yeah, you're doing
like, I'm
stuff.
actually
But
freaking working.
But not everybody is because
No.
otherwise they'd be the same level as you. I don't understand how people are putting 12 grand on the line and then not doing everything they can to be
succeed.
successful.
Exactly,
And
exactly.
this is
That's a choice, man.
This is the
It's a
biggest
freaking choice.
caveat. And maybe they're just really positive-minded people, because I know that if I did everything I needed to do to be successful, I turned up to all the masterminds,
Yeah.
I've been to all the fucking academy dinners, I've done all the courses, and I'm still not successful, then I'm kicking off.
Yeah.
Then I'm kicking off, because I'm like, well, I paid 12 grand, I did everything you told me to do, I
Yeah.
still not got results.
Yeah. But
what
you
ma-
have.
Yeah, I have,
That's
yeah.
what
But
I'm saying.
but
And you did put in the man hours. So the people who aren't succeeding, as far as I'm concerned, haven't done what we've done in terms of putting the effort in.
yeah.
It's a choice. It
And
is
then
a
you
choice.
and then you got the other people who just sit on the sidelines and they're like, oh, it's a scam. And I think that is just, they say that because it makes them feel good, because they know that they're just too scared to go all in.
Right.
Like, they know in the back of their mind, like, well, maybe it's not a scam. Like, who the fuck really knows?
Yeah,
Unless
yeah.
you actually do it, it's like, you never know. Like,
I
do it and
I
find
went to the
out.
£1 crash course, right? And I put a picture up of me and Sammy Leeds or whatever it was at the
Yeah,
time.
but that went that well.
No, my mate, right? I literally straight away, she messaged me. She was like, I hope you haven't paid him any money. It's a scam, right? And
Yeah,
I
that's
was
what I
like,
said to
too
the
late, just paid him 12 grand.
That's what I said to Gavin Mitch.
Yeah, but I said to her, I was like, mate, this ain't no scam. I was like, it is what you make of it. And like, it is what you make of it.
It ain't no scam.
It ain't no scam.
Well, what's the difference between a scam and like, what is a scam like?
I think it's a scam. I think it's a scam when you're not offering value. Samuel offers value. The community, the networking, the mentorship, the availability of people to talk to. If you need a question answered, like, this is the other thing. I became friends with a couple of the mentors straight away. So I wasn't booking as many mentor calls as I probably should have. I was just calling them.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
That's what Gavin Mitch were doing, actually.
That's what I mean. Like, take advantage of the opportunities you've got. And I'm not even saying take advantage. I became friends with those mentors. Like, I still talk to them now.
Because I do say
Do you know
to
what I
people,
mean?
I do say to people, I'm like, have you booked a mentoring call? And they're like, no. I'm
No,
like,
and
why?
you're like, well,
Why the fuck haven't you done
exactly.
that then if you're struggling?
I've had people ring me and say, oh, I'm really struggling. I'm calling these landlords. I said, how many landlords you called? 10. Well, call me back when you've called 100 landlords and I'll help you. But like, if you're not going to put the work in, don't call me for help.
And
Like-
I wanted to touch on something you just said as well. You said like about the value.
Yeah.
And I learned, I think it was Tony Robbins that taught me in one of the courses I took from him. It's like, the question isn't how much does it cost? The question is, can you get enough value to justify spending the money?
The cost, yeah, of course.
Is the value worth more than the cost?
Yeah.
Because 12 grand is a lot of money. People lose their shit when I talk about 12 grand. But they call me a scam. They think I'm selling the course, so they call me the scammer, right? And then
I'd sell the course.
Huh?
I would sell it.
I think we should.
I would
think we
happily
should.
sell it.
I think
We could be training
people
advisors.
people are messaging me now asking to buy my course, by the way.
Yeah, man,
Course
honestly.
coming soon, guys.
Yeah.
We could do it because we've got a niche market in Wales and we could hone in on that, you see.
Yeah.
You really could.
I don't want to be stuck to Wales, though, you see.
No,
like,
but
I'm buying stuff in England
But
as
with
well.
marketing, the more you can narrow it down and
Yeah,
get
I
a
agree,
specific person,
Yeah.
the better likelihood you are of being successful. If you target the whole of the UK off the bat, then it's going to be very difficult.
Yeah.
Whereas if you go, well, we're property investors in Wales, so specialise in BRR, we put all your money out, and that's what we do, and you don't do none of the rent to rent, anything, that's going to be more powerful, that's going to be better.
Yeah.
What was I going to say? People say about, oh yeah, it's a rip-off, it's 12 grand, but they don't know what it is. That's what I really wanted to get. That's what I really put that out there for. Because let's see what people are going to say. They say it's a scam, but they have no idea what it is. Because all I say in that video is, congratulations, guys, on paying 12 grand. I think that takes a lot of balls to do that because you're not just paying the 12 grand. You're literally betting on yourself that you're going to be successful. Otherwise, you lose that 12 grand. It's not like putting 12 grand on black.
Yeah.
It's putting 12 grand on you because you believe. And then they said it's a scam, but I never said what it was.
Yeah.
It could have been
Anything.
anything.
Yeah.
And they like,
Well, the biggest question is, how are you finding it buying the right shirt size?
it is difficult.
Are you struggling with it?
I went to Slaters for this one, so I hope no one gives me. Do you think this is the right size?
I don't know.
Well, I mean,
it's tight on your arms, isn't it?
you
But
guys
that's
be
the
the
point.
judge. Am I wearing the right size shirt? I should have left it to the end
You
to say.
caused so much controversy just wearing the wrong shirt.
Yeah. Well, it's wearing the wrong shirt and saying a provocative thing, right?
Yeah. Oh, what did you say?
I said about 12 grand. I just
Oh,
said,
that's not provocative. That
It
shouldn't
is-
be provocative.
Well, it is.
If people want to kick off, it's about 12 grand, then hit me
People
up.
don't. Samuel talked about this at the ACPP. He said people, as soon as you start selling courses, that's it. Then you open the floodgates up for a ton of hate.
Yeah.
Because you put yourself in that arena of people do think it's a scam paying for a course. Like that's what people think. You know, and I think there are some people like that's what I'm saying. But how do you tell what's a scam and what's not? Everybody's kind of doing the same thing, but it's like it's more about what you get from it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Like you could take a scam course and you could find an idea in there that completely changed your life.
exactly.
So is it a scam then? But other people would be like, well, I didn't get... Like let's
that's
say
the thing.
80% of the people say, I didn't get anything from it,
Course
but
is a
you got
course.
the golden nugget.
Yeah, but it's not like I got the golden nugget. I didn't learn anything different to anyone else. I've just got more balls.
Well, yeah.
That's all it really is.
Well,
It's like
maybe
the
you did
gumption.
learn something, but you actually took action on it as well.
Yeah. No, I learned loads, man. I learned
You
absolutely
learn
loads.
something from everything. I remember Gavin Mitch did a Grant Cardone course and it was shit. But they give it
I can't
to...
believe you just said that. Samuel loves Grant Cardone. Did the twins not
A
like
lot
it?
of people would say that he's a scammer.
Is it?
Well,
they will do. That's what I mean. Any course, there will be.
But
people
it is a
calling
shit
scam.
course. It is a shit course. But then we still managed to find the golden nuggets out of it.
Believe you.
There's good in every shit. You know,
There's good in all the shit.
There is good in shit. Like, you know, you'll learn something from Samuel. If you never learn anything about property, you'll learn about how to fucking market yourself and be loud and be yourself.
Yeah, but like again, this goes down to him and his brother. Like Russell don't want to do any of that. Like, he doesn't want to be like a marketer. He doesn't want to do the sale. Like he doesn't want to be like. He's not loud and abrasive and all that stuff. Russell.
Oh, Russell.
He's like the. You know, he's the behind the scenes business guy, isn't he? Like, do you mean? But that's not to say that Samuel isn't the business guy too. Like, you need the creative, ballsy, in your face one. You need that just to make shit happen. And then you have the quiet business one being like, right, well, let's actually assess what everything you just said.
Yeah. You need to make noise.
Yeah,
You need to
a
make
bit.
noise. I like making a lot of noise. I do.
Well, you fucking love noise.
Yeah, I'm a very noisy person.
You're like the most eccentric investor I know. Like.
Oh my god, I love that. The eccentric investor.
Yeah.
That's genius.
Well,
I have to change my whole fucking brand.
Should, yeah. What have you got? You've got like the ripped realtor or something.
Yeah, because
I saw it yesterday. I looked it up.
Because I have another business mentor in Hawaii, and we were going to go down the route of just, obviously I've done fitness as well, training people in fitness. And he taught me the power of branding and how you should completely identify with what you're trying to sell. So if you're trying to be selling fitness, you're the fitness guy.
Yeah.
If you're trying to do real estate, you're the real estate guy.
Yeah.
Samuel is the real estate guy.
Yeah.
This is what Samuel subconsciously sends out to his viewers. I'm the real estate guy. If you want to do real estate and be successful in it, you got to go through me and my training.
Yeah.
And he's so identified with that. It's like, you can't pull it apart. He believes he's the real estate guy. Everyone that will go with him to the grave. So I was going to be the fitness guy, and we were like spitballing ideas. And he's like, "What about the ripped guy?" And I was like, "Oh, I fucking love that."
The ripped realtor, though, I like that as well.
Yeah, let's see if the rippedguy.com is taken, and it wasn't. So I bought the domain, and then I was like, he was like, now you got to be the ripped guy. So everything about you is about staying in shape. You got to be ripped 24/7. All you talk about is fitness. People come to you for fitness. You're the ripped guy. And I was like, fuck, I don't know if I want to be the ripped guy. It sounds like a lot of work. And I was like, but I said, I'm really passionate about real estate as well. Nope, you're the ripped guy now. And then I went with that for a bit. And I was like, oh, I'm making more money in real estate.
Yeah.
And I was like, then my mate gave me the ripped realtor. I was like,
the ripped realtor, though, like realtor in America, because you're using all American terms, you are here.
Right there.
Real estate, realtor.
I love it.
What is it? Yeah, I do too. But realtor is like an estate agent, right? So you're actually calling yourself an estate agent.
well, my
I thought about that. I was like, this isn't quite right.
Well, in my Airbnb company, I'd call it Dragon's Gate Lettings.
Dragon's Gate.
Yeah.
So, lettings, mine's Letts.
ChatGPT come up
So
with
my SA company's Willow Letts.
Oh, is it?
So
Yeah.
that was the first one. Well, the first one, second one. Like I've got 9 companies now, though, mate. I'm so unoriginal. Yeah. Well, one SA, one sourcing, and then the rest of them are all investment properties. But like I've got so unoriginal because at the first I was trying to think of all these awesome company names and all that. And that's when I realised I'm not advertising my companies on Instagram, TikTok, whatever. I just go by my name.
Yeah, they could be called anything.
Yeah, exactly. So I've got New Road Flip Limited.
New Road Flip, yeah.
I've got Pembrokeshire Property Ltd.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I literally just name them after the place. Bryn Highlog Cottage Limited. No, but I knew Bryn Highlog was going to be available because it's a Welsh word. I was like, no one's going to have typed that in. So I've got the most unoriginal names.
I called one of my Heel property group because it was Heel. Like, this was the name of the street. And Heel, I can't remember what Heel
Heel,
means.
Heol.
Yeah, Heel means something pretty cool, actually. I looked it up. I got ChatGPT to come up with all the names anyway.
Did you actually?
Yeah.
So I'm not utilising ChatGPT, man, as much as I should.
Well, I mean...
I've got to get on that.
Well, I have a guy who teaches me AI training as well. So after the Monday night mastermind, at 1 o'clock in the morning or 12 o'clock at night, I think, I got another one because it's in America. And he goes through all AI and shit, and it's crazy the amount of stuff you could do with AI.
Yeah.
Heel means... Oh, I thought it meant something a bit better than that. But heel means road. So it's not that good. I thought it meant something really
Heel's
profound.
got such a good meaning. It means road.
Yeah.
You say road.
Road. Yeah.
Look, they'll ring me.
In this scenario, you were looking for the finance.
Yeah,
right?
no, I'm looking for the
Let's
finance.
say you're starting from fucking scratch now, right?
It's difficult to remember what. So I used to just be. I would still put stuff out. So I'd put a post on Facebook, a post on Instagram, whatever. People would say, "I'm interested. Can we talk? Can we talk?" And I'd be like, "Yeah, absolutely. I'll call you now. What's the number?"
Okay, so
call
let's say
them up,
that
right?
I messaged you. Then I said, "Well, I'm interested."
Yeah.
And you ringing me.
Yeah. So I go, look. I'm just looking for 50 grand. It's going to be the deposit on this property. These are the basic numbers on the property, and we're going to give you 25% back within 12 months.
Where is it?
Bridgend.
What's the postcode?
I don't give postcodes out.
Okay.
So that people can't steal the deal.
Okay. Who's
Right?
it on with?
Yeah, exactly. I don't give all that information, but I lead the conversation as well. So I don't like, and that's not even deliberate. It just happens to be the way it goes. So I'll be like, look, what do you need from me to be able to make this decision, sort of thing? And then they'll tell me.
Well, so far you've just told me you want 50 grand.
Yeah,
Well,
and
I'm
I've
like,
explained the deal.
Yeah. Okay. So what the fuck am I getting back?
25% return within 12 months, which is a banging return. People don't need me to explain that's a banging return. 25%, you wouldn't get that anywhere else.
So I give
So
you
people are happy to do it.
50K. I don't know what 25% of 50K is.
Well, half of it's
That's
25, so half
12
25
grand,
is
it?
12 and a half.
12 and a half grand, right. So
So
I'm
you
going
get
to
12 and a half
lend you
grand
50
for doing
grand.
fuck all for a year.
Well, my 50 fucking grand is gone.
No, you get your 50 grand back plus
Yeah.
12 and a half on top.
In a year.
But you're getting 12 and a half grand for doing fuck all.
Yeah, but
That's nothing.
I can't do anything with that. That 50 grand is more valuable to me in my bank.
But you're an
because
investor.
Well, are these people not investors?
They're investors, but they're not in property investing, right?
Well, what investing are they in then?
Whatever investing. I've got investors that are in stocks and shares, that are in crypto. They don't have to be property investors. A lot of them are.
They must be quite rich then to be able to give you 50 grand for a year. And
they're
not think
busy
about it.
people. They've got high-powered jobs. They give me the money. I go make them a banging return. They ain't going to do all.
So they don't
They're
give
well
a
off.
about property.
Well, some of them do, yeah. Some of them want it. So, like, some of the guys gave me money last year, 25, 30 grand, whatever, at the beginning. And they'd be at the beginning of their academy, all right? So they'd give me the money because they're not going to do anything with it in that meantime. I give them, like, when I get to the end of the 12-month term, I'll give them a ring or a text, and I'll say, look, guys, we're ready to pay you back now. Thank you so much for, investing in us. We appreciate it. We always put it out there. Do you want us to give you the interest and go again? And you can have another year.
What do you mean give you the interest and go again?
So the 12.
Oh,
so using
just
the
give
same.
you the 12 grand
I'll give you
and
the
then
12
keep
and a half
the
grand.
50.
Yeah. Do you want us to go again? You get another 12 and a half grand plus your 50 back the next year.
Right.
Some people do that, and some people don't because they've got a project they want to put it into.
Yeah. All right.
So like it swings both ways. But we've had people reinvest. Yeah.
All right. Cool. So you've convinced me. You've made a good bulletproof case, and I want to give you 50 grand. Right.
Yeah. So now what I'll do is I'll say I'm going to send you over a draft contract, a redacted contract we've already used with somebody else. I'll send you that over if you could review it in your own time, as quick as possible, but in your own time. Ping it back over. If you've got any amendments you want me to make, just let me know and we'll discuss.
All right. Now, how do I send you the money?
Well, basically, once the loan agreement's signed and everything, you
Yep.
just do a bank transfer.
Just bank transfer, yeah?
Yeah.
Bank transfer 50 grand.
Whatever, yeah.
Okay, now you've got my 50 grand now, right? I'm going to wait a year to get it back. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, how are you going to get the money for the refurb?
Right, so I get 100% development finance.
What's
but I do development finance is finance that comes along with the bridge. Or if you buy a property cash or whatever, and you like my pub, I can get 100% development finance on that without having a bridge.
How?
Because it's just a different type of finance. Normally, it comes from the same lender as the bridge.
Right.
So, like, I've got development finance on all my big projects. So what I'll need a chunk. I'll need 25 to 30 grand normally to kick off that development finance. So development finance is paid in arrears. So I'll pay the first month of costs, and they'll pay me that back in a drawdown.
How do
facility.
they know how much to lend you?
Because I tell them how much the refurb's going to cost.
So you got to map it all out.
I got to map it out.
You got to get builders over, quotes to be made.
I need quotes. I need a schedule of works that we'll put together ourselves. I'll send them the finishing spec. I'll send them everything.
So this is basically a bridge for the building works.
Well, but it's called development finance. It's not a bridge. But it comes on the back end of a bridge, yeah.
What's the difference between a bridge and...
Well, a bridge is a set percentage over X amount of time. It's rolled up, all of that stuff. It's very separate in my mind. And then development finance might come from the same lender with the same percentage and everything, but you get these drawdown payments.
What's drawdown payments mean?
So I'll pay the first month up. So say I spend 25 grand in the first month. I'll go to the development finance people. I'll say I've spent this, and this of the 100 grand budget I told you I needed. Spent 25 grand of it. They'll send an asset manager out. They'll come to site. They'll check that I've done what I said I've done. Then they'll go away, they'll produce a report, that goes to the lender. The lender says, yeah, we sign it off that you've done everything you said you've done. They'll then pay me that 25 grand back.
So they're giving you the money for the refurb,
Yeah,
but they're charging interest on top.
of course, yeah, but it's the same, normally the same as the bridge. And my bridges are coming in at less
Who's
than
making more, the bank or the investor? The investor,
the investor's making more than the bank, yeah. Anyway, Corey, it's been an absolute pleasure having you.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming. And yeah, we'll definitely do it again. We'll have to get you back on in like a year or something once you've gone change strategy and stuff.
I'm going to come back on next week.
Nah. No, we get you back when you've switched your strategy up and that, and you've had to go with some commercials or what have you.
Yeah, when I step up and put my big boy pants
put
on.
your big boy pants on.
We can speak as peers then instead of you speaking down to me.
I don't speak down to you, man. No, you're doing bigger stuff than a lot. Like do you mean?
Yeah.
BRRs are still good. Like BRRs are great.
Yeah, they are
You just
good.
need to switch up the back end strategy.
Yeah.
Because I still do BRRs. It's just bigger ones.
You think there's a housing crash coming?
It's already. I think we've been through it. I think it's on the up, isn't it?
Wow.
Personally,
I don't think that.
you think it's on the crash? You?
Big time.
Well, again,
Remember what happened? Well, it didn't crash. It just corrected.
that's true.
It
Actually,
needed to
that is
correct.
true.
It was going crazy.
Yeah.
It's out of control.
Yeah, well, it's just because of COVID and everything, wasn't it?
That's called a correction, yeah.
Yeah.
We do a crash, like 2008.
Yeah, but I'm not. I can't wait for that, mate. I'll be
No, I
buying
can't
everything.
wait. I can't wait, but what you've got to be careful of is people like me and you, we have the potential to get over leveraged, especially if we buy at the wrong time.
No, because I always keep something unencumbered, which means
Oh, do you? So
Yes.
you've always got a property that's
yes,
not paid
I
off.
got a
so you can
backup
pull
property.
money out of that.
Yes,
I don't.
One
I
backup
don't. I
property.
I'm going to...
You need to look at doing that. Have your backup
I
property.
don't know how I would now. I'd have to...
Well, the one you put the 67 grand into cash.
Yeah, I'd have to do all my remortgages now, have a big chunk of money, and then put that into an house, basically.
And then just have one that's
And just have the one house.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting, yeah.
Have a backup property.
But you don't want to do that, because if you remortgage then after the crash, you're going to get less out of
Actually,
it.
yeah, but
So
you wouldn't
wanna have
remortgage
cash
after.
on hand, if anything.
Well, yeah, ideally, but or investor cash.
yeah, that's the cash, not
Yeah.
your own, that's the trick. Yeah. Well, hopefully.
But realistically speaking, even though your end values might go down because of the crash, but it goes off of the past sold prices, right? So if you do it right at the beginning of the crash, you're still going to get the GDVs of comparable properties that sold in the last year or two.
Yeah, it's not like it's just going to crash overnight and
Exactly.
the properties go down, but you know.
But I'll be buying up. I'll be buying.
I will,
Yeah.
That's
I'll go
my
mad.
goal then. For one more year, I'm going to work like a workhorse.
Yeah.
And then I'm out then, to be honest with you. I'm not going to do this for the rest of my life. I'm going to fucking go travelling like I was and just do it more luxury style.
Luxury style.
Because I've done travel. I've done what I wanted to do with my life, but I feel like I could do it better.
Yeah.
And I'm not a workhorse, man. I got into property because I wanted it all to be passive and for
Yeah.
me to be able to make money when I'm doing stuff that I enjoy. And just it's fun to me.
Yeah.
So I don't want to be part of the 9 to 5 scam.
You love it.
9 to 5 is the biggest scam.
You
because
fucking love it.
You don't even know it's a scam. At least with Samuel Leeds and stuff, you can throw eggs at it and call it a scam. Ah, you're an idiot, it's a scam. But you don't do that with a 9 to 5 because we've been conditioned to just accept it.
The jobs are the way forward, and you got to get
but
educated. And
ultimately,
blah, blah,
it's
blah.
you getting fucked by your boss. And we kind of know
Who is
that.
rich?
Huh?
Who is rich? Well, when I was driving the lorries, right? Samuel loves talking about me driving the lorries. When I was driving the lorries, every now and then, every year, I think it was Christmas time, they'd announce that year's profits for the company, and you're like, dude, you pay us like 12 quid an hour. Fuck off. Like, do you mean? So I've always known I was going to be in business. I've done loads of companies over the years, like in different stuff. Like I've never, ever had an employee mindset.
No,
never.
not me either. I couldn't do it. I actually couldn't do the 9 to 5 scam.
Yeah.
If I could, maybe I would have. But I didn't even have a choice because I can't show up for time on work. You know what I mean? I'm just...
You can't show up on time.
No, can I fly?
We're half hour late for the podcast.
I didn't even show up. Did I show up on time to
No.
this? No, of course not. But ultimately, I think the most important thing is life's just a game.
Yeah.
Right? And scam is just another word for someone who's playing the game and
losing.
and potentially other people causing other people to lose.
Yeah.
But you know, it's all just a game. I think you should take it a bit less serious. You know, stop worrying about whether something's a scam or not. If you're not going to do it, don't do it.
Yeah.
You know, if you're going to do it and put your all into it.
Yeah.
Take a risk.
Yeah.
Life is a risk. Sometimes you may put it on the wrong horse. But as long as you are the kind of person that no matter what happens, you're going to fucking make something of it.
Yeah.
You know, you're going to burn the boats or burn the bridges.
Burn the bridges?
Yeah, that's what I said.
I think that's the wrong saying,
yeah,
mate.
people will call me out on that. Burn the bridges. You know, bet on yourself.
Yeah.
And just fucking go for it, man. Stop taking things so serious. Stop worrying about what I'm doing. Stop worrying about what Samuel Leeds is doing. You are the fucking author of your own life.
Absolutely.
Go out there, make it happen. However you want to do it, whether you want to do it doing a 9-to-5 scam or you want to do it in a fucking
training
scam.
Yeah.
Whatever, man. It's all just life. It's supposed to be fun.
You've got to educate yourself regardless.
Yeah.
So which road do you want to go down? That's all it is, isn't it?
Which
you want to go to uni and not
do
get
you
a
want
job?
to partake in? The university scam, the government scam, or the entrepreneurial scam?
Yes.
It is what it is, man. Or you could just become a Buddhist and go travel and live in India in the mountains somewhere and live that kind of life.
That's an option.
Yeah. And there'll be people who have a course about doing that.
Yes.
And then that'll be their scam.
Yeah.
If you don't want to, if you want to get away from scams altogether, go live that kind of life.
Yeah, go live in the mountains.
You'll be safe. Yeah. Stop being negative and commenting on my video. Actually, don't
you
stop.
love a bit of controversy.
Don't stop
fucking
commenting.
lie.
Don't. Yeah.
You
if
love
they
it.
stop commenting, I'd stop posting it.
No.
Yeah, but they don't. They just fucking boosting my views and then other people come in and argue.
You're a media whore.
I am. Yeah. It's been like literally 5 minutes. I'm starting to get
Yeah, no, honestly, I can't even imagine having to check my phone as much as you do. Like, you drive me up the wall. Like, once I put a video out or whatever,
I do try and post it and
watch
forget it,
like,
man. I do try and post it and forget it.
You don't though, do you?
Well,
you like,
you see it replaying because I'm waiting for it to upload.
Yeah.
How many views that got now? Anyway, no, we're done now. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Go pick up your mother.
Yeah.
Take it to hospital.
Yeah, I'm hoping to do more stuff with you as well in the future.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Hopefully we can show me some of your projects and things. I think that'd be good.
Oh, you should come down. Thanks, guys. Make sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the other side.